الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيد المرسلين وخاتم النبيين ورحمة الله للعالمين نبينا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. Praises to Allah and peace and blessings be upon the Master of Messengers, the Seer of the Prophets, and the mercy of Allah to all words, our Prophet Muhammad, and upon his good and pure family, upon his companions, and upon all those who will follow their footsteps till the day of judgment. Today's presentation, my dear brothers and sisters, is about the fifth pillar of Islam. The Hajj, pilgrimage to Mecca, is the fifth pillar of Islam. Every Muslim must fulfill this ritual act of the Hajj once in his lifetime if he is able to make a way to it. But if not, he should at least have the intention to do so. The conditions for the obligatory of Hajj, pilgrimage to Mecca. Hajj becomes obligatory upon the one who fulfills the following conditions. 1. Al-Islam, to be a Muslim. 2. Al-Aql, to be sane. 3. Al-Bulugh, to be mature, like reach puberty. 4. Al-Hurriya, to be free from slavery. Now, with these conditions, my dear brothers and sisters, anyone that is not fulfilled, that means the Hajj is not obligatory upon that person. Number 5, al-istita'a. Al-istita'a is to be capable, A, financial, to have no debts and to be able to cover all your Hajj travel, accommodation, and other expenses. Healthy, to be physically capable to perform all the rites of Hajj. Security, to be able to travel to and from safely with no fear or harm. For a woman, wujub al-mahram. A woman must have a mahram with her when she goes to Hajj. If a Muslim meets and fulfills all the above conditions, then it becomes obligatory upon him or her to go to perform Hajj and not to delay it. The obligatory of Hajj once the conditions are fulfilled. There are many evidences with regards to this obligatory of Hajj. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in ayah 97 of Surah Al-Imran, it means وَلِلَّهِ عَلَى النَّاسِ حِجُّ الْبَيْتِ مَنِ اسْتَطَاعَ إِلَيْهِ سَبِيلًا. Meaning, and towards Allah upon mankind is to come to the house on pilgrimage for whoever is able to make a way to it. And the Messenger of Allah, our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam, said in the hadith which was reported by Muslim, Al-Islam an tashhad an la ilaha illallah wa anna Muhammadan Rasulullah wa tuqima as-salah wa tu'ti az-zakah wa tasuma Ramadan wa tahujju al-bayta in istata'ta ilayhi sabila. Meaning, Islam is to bear witness that there is no God except Allah, and Muhammad is the messenger of Allah, and to establish the prayer, and to pay the zakah, and to fast the month of Ramadan, and to perform pilgrimage to the house of Allah if you have the capability to it. Also, in the hadith which was reported by Muslim, Abu Hurairah radiyallahu anhu said, خطبنا رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم فقال أيها الناس قد فرض الله عليكم الحج فحجوا فقال رجل أكل عام يا رسول الله؟ فسكت حتى قالها ثلاثة، فقال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم لو قلت نعم لوجبت ولما استطعت. Meaning, the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam addressed and said, that's Abu Hurairah narrating, O you people, Allah has enjoined upon you Hajj, so perform Hajj. Thereupon a man said, every year, O Messenger of Allah. He, the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, kept quiet. The man said that thrice. And thereupon the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, if I were to say yes, it would become obligatory upon you to perform it every year, and you would not be able to do it. Muslims who intend to go and perform the rituals of Hajj, aside from being ready spiritually, mentally, physically, and financially, they should A. Have taqwa, fear of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, so they know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is well aware of all their actions, even if they conceal it from others. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in ayah 102 of Surah Al-Imran, يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. Meaning, O you who have believed, fear Allah as He should be feared, and die not except as true Muslims. Having awareness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala makes mankind have piety, regardless of where he or she is, and more so was in Hajj, where many actions are prohibited. B. Know and understand the rulings, ahkam, related to the Hajj. Because knowing and understanding the rulings of Hajj will cause greater awareness and increase one's taqwa. It will also ensure that a person is not ignorant with regards when to perform a particular action whilst in Hajj, and thereby avoid making any errors or bid'ahs, innovations. C. Leave all worldly life affairs behind. This is a complete spiritual journey. Hajj not only has hardship associated with it, which will test each and every one of his or her limits, but also its rites must be performed correctly. Therefore, the main goal and concern should focus on performing all the rites of Hajj correctly. And as such, avoid taking more than what is necessary when performing the rituals of Hajj, as it may become a distraction to you and others. This could be even in the case of mobile phones, laptops, cameras, camcorders, etc. Try to make the best out of this holy journey, because you'll never know if you will be able to do it a second time. Ali ibn Abi Talib radiallahu anhu said what means, the hour of your life is free. 3 hours. The first hour passed and you don't know if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accepted it. The hour you are in now, invest it with good deeds. The hour that is coming, you don't know if you are going to reach it. D. Pay off the debts if you have any. And this is one of the most important points. Pay off the debts if you have any debts. Because paying off debts comes first before going to Hajj. If there was a conflict between paying off the debt and going to Hajj, because Hajj is not obligatory upon he who is in debt. Now someone can give you a gift, money as a gift and say, go perform Hajj, you do that. That is no problem. You can do this. Or if you are in a debt and the person whom that you owe says, hey, okay, I can postpone my debt, you can go to the Hajj, you can go. But other than that, if you violate rights of other people, no. You pay your debt. If there is a conflict between paying off the debt and going to the Hajj, paying off the debt comes first, comes before Hajj.
House mortgage.
We'll see that in that's different.
That's different, that's not that?
For the house mortgage, as you said, these are installments. So what you do is you calculate like the yearly installment. I mean, if it does not affect any right of anyone, you could do that. But if it affects, again, the main thing is violating the rights of others. And that's why, you see, the Hajj, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He said, وَلِلَّهِ عَلَى النَّاسِ حِجُّ الْبَيْتِ مَنِ اسْتَطَاعَ إِلَيْهِ سَبِيلًا, meaning Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ordained upon mankind to perform Hajj if they have a way to it. And being capable financially is one of those ways. So if you're not financially capable, you don't go to the Hajj. It's not obligatory upon you to go to Hajj. Okay? E, the funding for Hajj should be from lawful money, halal. Do not use money from any unlawful sources to fund your Hajj, because your Hajj will not be accepted if you fund it from unlawful sources. Purify the heart from all diseases, so it becomes sound and free from envy, malice, dishonesty, arrogance, grudge, hatred, and all other bad qualities. And be careful and stay away from oppression. The types of Hajj. There are 3 types of Hajj. Number 1, Hajj al-Ifrad, meaning to perform Hajj without Umrah. You just go to perform Hajj. Second, Hajj al-Qiran, meaning to perform Umrah and then Hajj with no break in Ihram, meaning you have to stay in Ihram from performing the Umrah until you finish the Hajj. And it's called Hajj al-Qiran. Hajj al-Tamattu. Hajj al-Tamattu is what most people do because it's much easier on a person. Hajj al-Tamattu meaning to perform Umrah and then Hajj with a break in Ihram, meaning after you finish your Umrah, you can break your Ihram, you can do whatever, everything. But when the 8th day of Dhul Hijjah comes, that's when you do Ihram for the Hajj. And that's going to be in detail there on. But again, the 3 types of Hajj, Hajj al-Ifrad, Hajj al-Qiran, and Hajj al-Tamattu. The pillars of Umrah and Hajj. There are many religious acts to be carried out during Umrah and Hajj in order to fulfill the pilgrimage. Some of them are pillars, which are obligatory upon a person to perform, to fulfill, and some of them are recommended. It's important that you know these pillars and fulfill them in order for your Hajj to be valid and accepted. Pillars of Umrah. The pillars of Umrah are 3 pillars. Number 1, Al-Ihram. Al-Ihram is putting on the Hajj clothes. Number 2, Al-Tawaf. Al-Tawaf is the circumambulation around the Kaaba, 7 rounds. 3, As-Sa'i, which is going between Safa and Marwa. Any other actions in Umrah or Hajj, such as praying 2 rak'ahs at Maqam Ibrahim alayhi salam, drinking Zamzam water, and trimming the hair are recommended acts. Manduba. It is not pillars, It's not conditions. The pillars of Hajj. The pillars of Hajj are 4 pillars. The first 3 are the same ones as the Umrah, but there is a 4th one. Number 1 is Al-Ihram, which is putting on the Hajj clothes. Number 2, Arafah. Now this is one of the most pillars of Hajj, because the Prophet ﷺ said, Al-Hajj Arafah, meaning pilgrimage is Arafah. And Arafah meaning, when we say Arafah, we say the standing in Arafah, the mountain of Arafat. Number 3, At-Tawaf, the circumambulation around the Kaaba. And number 4, As-Sa'i, which is going between Safa and Marwa. Again, as you notice, 3 are the same as the Umrah, but the 4th one, which is the most important one, is the standing in Arafah. Any other actions that's also in Hajj, such as praying 2 rak'ahs at Maqam Ibrahim alayhi salam, drinking Zamzam water, stoning the Jamaras, sacrificing the animal, and shaving the hair are recommended acts. Now our focus will be on Hajj Tamattu, because again, this is an advantage, especially for the ones who travel to Mecca to do the Hajj, to do Umrah and Hajj. And it will be much easier for them, because Hajj Tamattu, as we said, you can break your Ihram. Because Hajj starts on the 8th day of the Hajj. So if you were like in the last week of Dhul Qa'dah and you want to do Hajj al-Qiran, so you're going to remain from Dhul Qa'dah until the 8th day of the Dhul Hijjah in Ihram, which is, there are a lot of things that you are prohibited from doing. But when you do the Tamattu, even if you come 2 months before the Hajj and your intention is Tamattu, you can break your Ihram, you can do the Umrah, you can break your Ihram, and then on the 8th day, you can do the Ihram for the Hajj. That's why most scholars and a lot of scholars, they said, At-Tamattu is the easiest one and the best one for the ones who come from outside Mecca.
So Hajj Ifrad is the easiest for
we'll have
people.
Questions later, brother.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But before doing that, let's give a briefing about Ihram. Now we all hear Ihram. Now we want to know what Ihram means. Ihram is an Arabic word that denotes a sacred state in which a Muslim must enter in order to perform Umrah or Hajj. Ihram has 2 aspects: zone, which is the miqat, and clothes, which is the libas. Ihram of the miqat, the zone. The miqat is the place where every pilgrim must wear their ihram and make intention to perform Umrah or Hajj. The pilgrim must not pass this zone without ihram, otherwise they will have to pay fidya, penalty. The Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam specifically named the mawaqit, the zones, and for whom they are applicable. Today, it has become a common practice for the pilgrims to wear their ihram before arriving to the miqat and make their intention once they arrive the zone. If you travel to Hajj by plane, the crew normally would announce when to wear the ihram and make the niyyah, because they know when they will get to that zone. Now that was ihram al-miqat. Now ihram of the libas, the clothes. A person who is in the state of ihram is called, for the man, muhrim. Muhrim is for men, and muhrima for women. Ihram clothes for men. The men's clothes entail 2 helmless towels, white preferred, and slippers. A rida. Rida is the upper towel used to cover the upper torso. B, izar, is the lower towel and it must cover between the navel and knees. That's the minimum, the least. And C, ni'al. Ni'al are the slippers. The straps should not cover majority of the feet. In ihram, you cannot wear shoes of any form. That's for the men. Ihram clothes for women. Women's clothes entail khimar and jilbab without niqab or gloves. Niqab and gloves are forbidden to wear in Hajj. There is no restriction for the woman regarding the colors she can wear. White is the best color to wear at the time of Hajj. What is prohibited during Ihram? 1. Sexual intercourse. 2. Fighting or arguing. 3. Cutting the hair. 4. Trimming the nails. 5. Using the perfume soap. 6. Wearing perfume. 7. Wearing sewn clothes, and that's for men, only for men. Women could. Wearing hats, and that's for men. Getting engaged, getting married, and hunting. You must pay a penalty, expiation, if you commit any of the acts prohibited in Ihram, which will usually mean an extra sacrifice, but that's not necessarily always a sacrifice. Hajj al-Tamattu. Hajj al-Tamattu, again, is where Umrah and Hajj are performed with a break in wearing the Ihram, which is the relief from Ihram clothes after completing the rites of Al-Umrah until the 8th day of the Hajj. First, you will perform Umrah and then Hajj. How to perform Hajj al-Tamattu? To perform Hajj al-Tamattu, wear your Ihram before or at the miqat with the intention of performing Umrah. Again, that's not a mistake. Because Hajj al-Tamattu, we said, you perform Umrah first, then you break your Ihram and then do Ihram for the Hajj. So Hajj al-Tamattu starts with performing Umrah. So when you wear Ihram, when you wear the Ihram at the miqat, your niyyah, your intention will be to perform Umrah and not Hajj. Once you finish the Umrah, you can change into ordinary clothes until the 8th day of the Hajj. 3. On the 8th day of the Hajj, put on your Ihram, which can be done in your hotel. It can be done in your residency, wherever you are. You do not need to go back to the miqat. Make intention for Hajj. The Ihram, number 4, the Ihram must be taken off on the day of sacrifice, no sooner than that. How to perform Umrah? 1. First pillar of Umrah, wearing Ihram clothes. A. Purify yourself and wear your Ihram before or at the miqat with the intention of doing Umrah. Now, all scholars agree that the place of the niyyah, intention, is the heart. Do not utter the niyyah. Just make this niyyah in your heart. Say, لبيك اللهم بعمرة. And that is the niyyah for the Hajj al-Tamattu, because we said first we do the Umrah. So you say لبيك اللهم بعمرة, meaning, here I am, O Allah, responding to you to perform Umrah. Now, if you fear that a disease or an obstacle would prevent you from completing your Umrah, then you are authorized to make a condition when you make your niyyah, intention, saying, and if anything detains me, then the relief of my ihram is where you will detain me. B. Chant the talbiyah. It is the sunnah to chant the talbiyah loudly for men from the miqat until entering al-Masjid al-Haram. The talbiyah is لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك. Meaning, here I am, O Allah, here I am. Here I am, no partner or associate is to you, here I am. Indeed, all the praise, the grace, and the dominion belong to you. No partner or associate is to you. C. Entering al-Masjid al-Haram. A. Enter al-Masjid al-Haram with your right foot first. It's recommended when entering to say the following. Bismillah wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah. Allahumma ighfir li dhunubi waftah li abwaba rahmatik. Meaning, in the name of Allah, and blessings and peace be upon the messenger of Allah. O Allah, forgive for me my sins and open to me the gates of your mercy. 2. The second pillar is Tawaf al-Qudum. Now we entered the Masjid al-Haram. So now we're going to do Tawaf al-Qudum. And by the way, in the Masjid al-Haram, you do not pray 2 rak'ahs Tahiyyat al-Masjid, the greeting of the Masjid. No, the Tawaf is Tahiyyat al-Masjid. The second pillar is Tawaf al-Qudum, the circumambulation of arrival. Once you have entered al-Masjid al-Haram, then A. Make al-ittiba' for men. Al-ittiba' is uncovering the right shoulder and covering the left one with the rida, the upper towel. We said ihram has 2 towels, upper and lower. So for men, they uncover the right side and they leave the left side covered. And that's called in Arabic al-ittiba'. B. Go straight to al-Hajar al-Aswad, the black stone. Make it on your left side and start your tawaf around the Kaaba anti-clockwise 7 times. Each round of tawaf starts from the black stone and ends at the black stone. Now start by raising your right hand and pointing it towards the black stone while saying Allahu Akbar. This is called istilam. So istilam is to raise your right hand and say Allahu Akbar, pointing towards the black stone. Again, don't raise your left hand. Repeat this action in all 7 rounds, meaning every time you come to when you start from the black stone, you end at the black stone, you finish the first round, the second round you repeat the same thing. You raise your right hand and say Allahu Akbar when you get to the black stone to start the second round. The sunnah, for men of course, the sunnah is to hurry in the first 3 rounds, recommended for men, not women. And this is known as a run. In Arabic it's called a run. The first 3 rounds for men, what they do is they hurry up their walk. The last 4 rounds should be done at ease. So it's better if the women arrange to meet their mahram at a certain meeting point after making the tawaf, so they do not get lost, C. Praying 2 sunnah rak'ahs behind Maqam Ibrahim alayhi salam. After after completing the 7 rounds of tawaf, cover the right shoulder with the rida. Then pray 2 sunnah rak'ahs behind Maqam Ibrahim alayhi salam. 3. If you can't pray directly behind the maqam, then you can pray any place in the masjid as a divine permit. The Messenger of Allah sallallahu alayhi wasallam used to recite the following surahs when praying the 2 sunnah rak'ahs. In the first rak'ah, he used to recite Surah Al-Kafirun, chapter 9, and in the second rak'ah, he used to recite Surah Al-Ikhlas, chapter 112. D. Drinking Zamzam water. Drink Zamzam water after praying 2 rak'ahs at Maqam Ibrahim alayhi salam, and then head for As-Safa wal Marwa to do the sa'i. The third pillar is a sa'i between Safa and Marwa. A. Ascend As-Safa until you are able to see the Kaaba. Face the Kaaba, raise your hands, praise Allah, and make any supplications you choose. The Prophet ﷺ prayed this, or used to say this: there is no God except Allah alone 3 times, and supplicating in between. Like when he says there is no God except Allah, he would do a supplication, and then he would do the same thing after the second and the third. Descend As-Safa and head for Al-Marwa, walking at a normal pace until you reach the green marker. There is a green marker between the Safa and Marwa. Then jog, walk fast until the next green marker. Then continue walking at a normal pace towards Al-Marwa, and when you reach it, ascend it, face the Qibla, raise your hands, and repeat what you said on As-Safa. Descend Al-Marwa, heading towards As-Safa, walking at normal pace, and remember to walk where walking is designated, and to jog where jogging is designated. And repeat this sa'i until you complete 7 laps. Now, going from As-Safa to Al-Marwa is 1 lap, and going from Al-Marwa to As-Safa is a 2nd lap. So you're going to start with As-Safa, and you're going to end up with Al-Marwa. During your sa'i, you may recite what you will of the Holy Quran, supplications, and remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Trimming hair. Once the sa'i is completed, trim your hair and take off your ihram clothes. And this is what's so good about Hajj al-Tamattu. Now you can take your ihram off. With taking off the ihram, Umrah is complete.